Today is July 24th, 2024. Or at least that's what they're telling us. What this date tells me, though, is this: it's another portal, people. 24 of July 24. It has a beautiful balance to it. 240724. Or it's just me. Oh, I forgot to introduce myself. The raving lunatic. Yes, I woke up early again and again and again and again, but I'm happy I can rest when I can. And I'm fortunate and I'm grateful. And I'm grateful for all those who support me in my healing. Which brings me to something that I don't think I'm going to share right now, actually. It's just that because it's very hard to explain things to people who are so closed off to really hearing you. And I am patient. I mean, all you can do is try to explain yourself in ways that are palatable for people who have troubles seeing their shadow. I saw my shadow many times. It always comes out because that's how you're being tested, via temptation and all that. But anyway, that's not what I wanted to talk about today. What I wanted to talk about today is choice. Choice. And the way choices are presented to us. And that is something that obviously happens on macro and micro. Because it's a fractal universe. And you are the observer. And that is the reason why you have that power to change the direction of that particle of light within you. That's what it is about. It sounds like mumbo jumbo, but really, one has to step back completely. I require 2 months of looking only into myself. Nothing else. This is what I feel. I might not need that much. I might need more. I don't know. But what I do know is every single time I come in contact with the external, it always ends up hurting me. And I'm like, why? Why is this happening? I'm trying to build here, to build myself back properly, without interference, without people telling me that I'm mad, I'm this, I'm that. Well, thank you for your honesty. But do you want to hear my opinion? In my experience, unfortunately, people don't want to hear you speak, especially if you want to tell them some truths that are not palatable to their ego. And even though you try in so many ways, they still don't get it. And they pretend they love you. Oh, it's so sad because to me it's obvious, you know. And there are things that are so obvious to me, and when I share these things with people who I consider close, they look at me like there's something wrong with me. They encourage me to tell them what I think, and then they pass judgment. I encourage them to say what they think, but they never do. Unless I'm not around. And that is very hurtful to me. I call a spade a spade. And it doesn't make me popular, but I'm okay with that. I mean, I'd rather know who I'm dealing with instead of, waiting forever for them to reveal who they really are. I call a spade a spade. If they don't like it, I'm sorry they don't like it, but this is how I see things, and we need to be open to communication. It's like this couple, for instance, I know they don't see eye to eye. And the majority of couples I'm seeing, they do not communicate properly. It's always like a competition. Who has control? Who has the power? Like, that is retarded. Whenever there are more than two people involved, there comes in the compromise. And not the compromise, the connotation of someone being submissive and someone being dominant over the other. No. It's finding common ground. In unison, in tandem. I tried to be that, and I always burned myself, and despite all the burns I suffered, I said, man, please give me a way. I'm not sure who I asked. I asked maybe my higher self, or I don't know. The Supreme Court that is not ruled by bribed officials. They have no interest in making a pitiful buck. Anyway, I digress. What I wanted to say about this is people need to be honest. It is so simple. Truth will set you free. I actually agree with this. It does set you free. Some people take the truth as a means to control something. That's the wrong way of going about things. Oh, I know what you're doing, so I'm going to stop you like this, this, and that. It's so ridiculous and petty. Anyway, the topic for today was, in my mind, choice. And I didn't really deviate too much from choice, quite frankly, because it's a matter of choice. And think in terms of politics, please. Also, like I said, it applies on macro and micro. If somebody manages to trick you into thinking you only have two choices, and they present you with faulty choices, meaning you have to choose between something bad and something exponentially bad. Oh, you have to choose. Oh, the devil, you know. Excuse me? No, I don't. In my mind, choice is about right and wrong. Full stop. And until you realize that, as a individual, first of all, that you have the power. You have the power. You make the choices. Do not allow anyone in your life to make choices for you. Nobody's allowed to make choices for you that are not good for you. And this is what went so wrong in this world. From the beginning, you open your eyes and then you have to learn stuff that doesn't make sense other than the letters. I mean, I've been thinking for a very, very long time. Why do humans have language? If they use it the wrong way, they use it to lie, to deceive, and all that. Why? We have language because it was created so we can trick each other. Is that it? That is ridiculous to me. You know why? Because at some point you actually see. If you want to see, you will see it. You will see who speaks the language of love because it's spoken with truth. That's how you know you resonate with something deep down inside. I mean, that's how it works for me. Some other people take the truth offensive. Why do they do that? There is something within themselves they need to really introspect into. What is it they're not accepting? Because their ego says, no way. No. I'll take this to my grave. Then admit I made a mistake. I mean, this is a camping ground where it's all about choice. In my eyes. My choice is to learn from my mistakes, always. And the other thing that I really focus on, and I haven't been successful, especially when it comes to people pulling at my heartstrings and my empathy. The choice of not making that mistake again and again and again, knowing very well I end up hurt and licking my wounds in a corner while I try to be a rock for everyone. And my turn comes and oops, oopsie daisy, you're on your own. Sorry, I forgot to mention, you're expected to perform the same. Yes, you're supposed to put in the same energy and forget you exist and self-destruct yourself just because some people are not able to face their own demons. I'm not upset. I'm just tired. I'm exhausted of trying and getting nowhere. It hurts me more than it hurts all those people who think I hurt them. I am doing well. I'm building myself back properly, not better, properly. I'm erasing everything that has been drilled into my brain. If my soul says no, it means no. And if I made the wrong choices before in my life, it was that I ignored what my soul told me, my intuition. Anyway, people, this is not meant to bash anyone, please. This is meant I don't even know what it is meant. I explained myself to death and people still did not understand me. So it is just me putting this out there. I am pretty certain I'm not the only one dealing with this craziness. It feels like a curse. You're seeing things other people are not only oblivious, but they defend it ferociously, viciously, hurting everything in their way to prove a point. Sure, fine, you proved your point. Why don't you leave me alone, okay? I respect people's opinion. They don't see that. I wonder why. I mean, I have to believe when somebody tells me something. I take it for what it is. Because this is how I am. I'm telling you something, and you choose to think I'm lying. That is your problem, not mine. Anyway, I have no resentment in my heart. I don't even have hurt anymore. I'm like, it is what it is. I am confident that whatever happens in my life has only one purpose, and that is to be authentic. If someone cannot accept me the way I am, while I do accept them for who they are, I find that to be very conflicting. And unfortunately, this conflict seems to be hurting me, which is why I prefer my solitude, my own thoughts, my own peace and calm, for which I am hard at work to build to a level of resistance that absolutely nothing is going to crush me ever again. I love you all. Thank you for the energy you put in. It is appreciated. Even a thumbs down is appreciated, because that's how you're making your choices. It's also making choices, sharing this information if you find it is valuable. And not with a psychiatrist. Yes, not to put down psychiatrists, but seriously. We live in a mad world. And my conclusion is you need to medicate in order to put up with it. And that is a bit, how should we call it? So nobody gets offended. So hard to be politically correct nowadays. Anyway, I love you all. I'm well. Do not worry about me. I'm strong. I'm resilient. And I'm not a quitter. Have a wonderful day.